Hello everyone and welcome back to episode 306 of your favourite Formula 1 show. Yes, knowing we're returns, we're back this week to preview the Belgian Grand Prix. Of course, as always, I'm joined by Mr. 183. First of all, how are we doing, sir?
Doing well. The eagle-eyed viewers will notice new location unlocked. I've moved house again.
He's actually gone to Mars this time.
No, not quite, but I'm on the 6th floor in the city centre of Manchester, so it's actually like my nicest home accommodation, probably potentially ever, really. So yeah, that's quite good. And yeah, I look like I'm in prison at the moment because it's just white walls everywhere with nothing up because I moved in and haven't had time to unpack. It's
basically been my house for a year.
Yeah, true. But yes, I've got nothing around me at all. But I'm here to record the podcast with Matt, so everything's good.
Priorities, exactly. I was going to ask it, because I've been to Manchester, I believe, once in my life, at least that I can remember.
We need to change that. You should come more.
Yeah, but it's also Manchester at the end of the day, isn't it? Once was enough for now. How does the 6th story compare to like the landscape? Don't dox yourself now on
yeah, I know. I'm going to turn the camera
like,
around.
how many buildings are like? What's the tallest building in Manchester? Like, how many stories is that?
The tallest, there's probably 25, 30 stories on those. So they're quite tall, but they're quite a bit. I don't live that near them. So around
you just said you live in the city centre.
Yeah, but it's quite a big city centre. I could walk to those. Like, if people know Manchester,
well, I could walk to those if you give me enough time.
Well, true, but I'm thinking like the Deansgate Towers, which you won't know what that means because you've been to Manchester once. But those are like 30 plus floors, I think. But around me, which is the other side of the city, they're mostly like maybe 10 or 15 floors. So my building has 9 floors, and it feels fairly tall.
Okay.
But I'm only on the 6th one. So.
Have you got a lift?
Yeah.
Do you have to use the lift every day?
I do. There are stairs if it's on fire, for instance, or if I just want to use the stairs, which I haven't wanted to yet.
Get leg day, baby. Your calves will be rocking.
Oh yeah, they are rocking enough already, thank you.
Well,
but,
you need to use the stairs more.
Yeah, there we go. But no, we'll get Matt over at some point. We should do a little podcast today.
Yeah, I'm sure we will at some point. Like I said, I've got a few other bits and pieces going on in my life right now. The next month or so, I guess it's a really good job we're heading into the summer break after next weekend.
It's almost like you planned it.
Yeah, almost like I kind of did. So luckily, of course, yeah, podcasts, once we get into the summer break, I think are going to be all over the place. But luckily then, by the time the Dutch Grand Prix comes around, which is the 29th, 30th of August, I think I'm back from any of my... I feel like Jamie for the month of August. I'm going on many travels. So, yeah.
I'm actually not going anywhere in August, really. So, yeah, roles reversed.
Exactly.
I'm just everywhere in July. It's been a mess. But August is quite chill.
I'm going to Malta for a month, and then I'm going to Paris for a weekend as well, which should be nice. So maybe I'll do. Maybe I'll upset last 2 and 2 on our honeymoon. But actually, I got a podcast with Jamie quickly. You know.
Yeah, I need to spend some real quality time with someone.
Exactly. Anyway, Jamie, let's well, I was going to say let's talk about Belgium. There's not actually that much to talk about as we enter the Belgian Grand Prix. It kind of feels like now we end up in a weird scenario, don't we? And I feel like it's happened over the last couple of years where a lot of news kind of happens in like the build-up around sort of Austria Silverstone, and then things go quiet again for Belgium and Hungary. It kind of feels like Belgium and Hungary are kind of busy work before the summer break.
A little bit. Everyone's quite ready for a little break, aren't they? So just get through the races, get to the break, 2 weeks shutdown, everyone's happy. But they're long... Well, it actually hasn't been a long season so far because April was non-existent. So, yeah.
I think that's made it feel longer overall.
In a way, yeah, because we had the first 3 and then a massive gap. And yeah. Belgium has 5 straight line sections, which is the most of any track so far, which means that Max Verstappen is going to be dealing with a dodgy rear wing 5 times throughout the lap.
Towards Blanchimont.
Yeah, and Eau Rouge and Radillon, because I think there's a straight line mode before Eau Rouge, isn't there?
There is. They're basically trying, and I can't believe I'm saying this, because just the state of Formula 1 now, Eau Rouge and Radillon this year, and I quote, are being used as a charging station.
That is horrific.
It is.
F2 will go faster up there.
I actually did this comparison a couple of days ago, and obviously I know the F1 game isn't perfectly accurate, But I did a test between the Aston Martin with no battery and the F2 car, and Sector 3, the F2 car was quicker.
That's funny. Well, go watch that video, everyone, since Matt plugged that plug.
Exactly.
So, yeah. I don't know. I said this before Silverstone about the battery issues that we've not spoken about for quite a while will come right back into force for these two races.
Well, apparently Spa is the worst track we've gone to so far for this. And I guess obviously it's a combination of being generally quite a quick track where you're on full throttle a lot, but also where it's such a long lap and you're limited to the amount of battery recharge you're allowed just on laps rather than distance. That will make it awkward, won't it?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm trying to think, braking zones. The bus stop chicane is probably the only major braking zone, isn't it? Because even La Source at turn 1 is very short because you're not actually going that fast.
If you're using a bit of boost out the final corner, you're up in 7th gear still. It's a decent braking zone.
It's quite a decent braking zone as well.
Lecombe, is 8th down to 4th or 3rd, perhaps. But yeah, apart from that, I mean, you've also got down in towards Fagny, which is obviously again sort of 7th or 8th down into 3rd or 4th gear. But yeah, there are not that many big braking zones.
Obliterated by battery power, isn't it?
I mean, it'll be flat out, but in the worst possible way.
It'll be flat out at 160 miles an hour because they've got no battery. Which is a shame if you compare it to the 2020 Mercedes going around there in 8th gear at fully
open
pinned. Yeah, I love Spa, but to be honest, in the ground effect here, it didn't give that many good races, and I don't know if it will this time either. But there we go.
No,
been to Spa twice actually.
Yeah, it's really awkward, isn't it? I don't know. I think I've been to Spa twice as well, maybe 3 times. I honestly can't remember off the top of my head.
We met each other at Spa, didn't we?
We did, 2018. Yeah, I must have been 3 times then, because I've been once before then and once after.
The first time we ever met in real life. What a day.
Good times. That was nearly 8 years ago now. That's
yeah.
Scary, isn't it? Yeah, I mean it's. Yeah, I mean, Spa. When was the last time we got a really good Belgian Grand Prix, and was it 2008?
There must have been one since 2008.
2010 was a good weekend as well, if I remember correctly, carnage-wise.
There's been good races since then.
2015, we had Vettel's failure on the last lap of puncture.
17 good? 15 wasn't good. It was just a puncture. 17 was alright because he had a late safety car.
Yeah.
Vettel should have won in the ultra softs against Hamilton's softs. 18 wasn't good at all. We were both there. Nope. That was boring.
Yeah.
19, you obviously had it was shadowed
Leclerc
by Antoine Hubert on the Saturday,
yep.
but Leclerc won his first ever race. 20 was boring. 21
still the wildest thing I find.
21 didn't. 21 did happen, but didn't happen with the wet weather.
Still the wildest thing I find about the 2019 Belgian Grand Prix was Charles Leclerc had a bigger advantage by the end of Saturday than he did by the end of Sunday.
Yeah, he got pole by more margin than what he
got pole by 3/4 of a second and won the race by half a second, which is just nuts.
Without a safety car, that was just legit.
Yeah,
like how big his gap was over the Mercedes drivers, wasn't it? Yeah, 2022, which is the other year that I was there. Max won from 14th. Alonso and Hamilton crashed at Lecombe, which was quite funny.
Was that 22 or was that 23? Oh no, it was 22. Yeah, because
Alonso
was in an Alpine, wasn't he? Yeah.
So, yeah, Carlos Sainz got pole, and then Max was in the lead by about lap 11.
Yeah.
From 14th on the grid.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's, to be honest, the last proper good race may well have been 2010. So
It's not a great look for us, is it? Not great when I know, especially I harp on about how good Spa is. Again, it's just been one of those tracks that has been dogged by cars getting bigger and bigger.
And the kind of aura around it has gone away as driving has become easier, as the cars become better. So, going up a Rouge and Radion in a
cars have got too much downforce now, don't they?
Yeah, apart from Max Verstappen with his Macarena rear wing. So
maybe they should. That's what they should do. Give you the option to run straight line mode through a Rouge.
That would not work at all.
Give people
that
the
would
option.
Be a launch pad. They'd be flying along the straight.
Give people the option, Jamie. Fortune favours the brave.
Do you remember Kevin Magnussen's crash in 2016?
Yes.
At the top of the hill.
Yeah.
That actually cost Hulkenberg a podium, but I'm over it now because he's already got one. So, yeah, that would be at every single lap if someone tried to use straight line mode up the hill.
I reckon you'd be fine. I reckon you'd be fine. It's actually, you mentioned there Lewis Hamilton. Arguably one of his worst tracks in Formula 1. This is the venue he's had the most DNFs of anywhere in the sport.
Wow.
5 DNFs in this race.
And a lot of them are kind of self-inflicted.
Some of them have been self-inflicted, definitely.
Especially when he took out Rosberg in 2014.
I don't think that's quite what happened, Jamie. Don't want to rack your brains there, but...
What else has he not finished?
So, 2009...
he was taken out.
Yeah, 2009 he was involved. I think
2011 he took himself out with Kobayashi.
2011 he took himself over Kobayashi?
It was
Kobayashi's
Kobayashi,
nose. 2014 obviously he retired
blown
late
up by
on.
Grosjean at turn 1.
2012 he was blown up by Grosjean, yeah, down at turn 1. So not a great track record here. And then obviously 22 him and Alonso came together.
That was definitely Hamilton's fault as well.
No, Alonso should have gone to the apex.
He was on the apex, and Hamilton just turned in like he wasn't there. Anyway, yeah, and he's only had, 4 wins? Something like that, which is probably
5 wins, I believe. 1 less than Schumi.
And arguably should have had 6 if 08 counted, but we love the stewards, so... The Ferrari international assistants had their way with him in 2008.
They certainly did. We've talked about that on the podcast before. I mean, you might be able to tell slightly we're waffling a little bit because I looked on F1.com this morning. The best articles they had were Lando Norris joins the 40 Q3 in a row club. You're like, okay.
Wow.
And there's basically nothing about Belgium on there still.
I saw that Franco Briatore has had a go at all of the Alpine investors like Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Has he?
He said that they've added no value in their time in the team so far, which is a great thing to say when they still work for you and they're still the shareholders.
But they don't even work for you, you work for them.
Well, exactly, yeah. So that was an interesting one, but Flavio is a bit of a loose cannon, so...
Did Flavio add shareholder value? Was it Queen's Park Rangers he owned?
Something like that. That was Tony Fernandez who also owned Lotus.
Tony Fernandez bought it off him, I believe.
Oh, was it? Well, Flavio did own QPR then.
He owned
and now they're in the
with
championship.
Birdie.
So
crazy.
There you go. Yeah, the 40 Q3 in a Garo club. I've never heard of a more pointless club. The only time that should be an article.
Run was impressive.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only time that should be an article is if someone breaks Bottas's record of 105, whatever it is, because that was mental. That his whole Mercedes stint, he never went out in Q2 or Q1.
Wild, absolutely wild. I mean, let's talk about some other bits and pieces then, Jamie. A couple of off-track bits of news. Ferrari went to the Mad Ring last week. Hamilton doesn't like the banked corner.
Okay. Did anyone ask him?
He said it's too much G for too long.
Is that because he's 41?
Probably doesn't help. I assume him and Fernando will probably suffer like a punctured lung.
Well, Alonso's car will be shaking him to pieces as well at the same time.
Exactly, yeah. Alonso will be sustaining 4G through the corner plus about 8G
through
vertical.
His wrists.
Yeah. Just going up and down.
It's not more banked than Zandvoort, is it?
It's pretty similar, and obviously it's a lot higher speed and a lot longer.
Interesting. Well, Hamilton won at Indianapolis in 2000.
That is not that banked.
No, it's really not. But it's probably as high speed. But hopefully hasn't been diamond cut at Madrid. Otherwise we're on for the safety car.
Have you seen any of the footage of Ferrari going round?
I saw the clip of Leclerc going in a straight line. I will now admit it looks quite likely Madrid will happen.
I was going to say it doesn't look ready, but I think it will happen. Especially when they've announced that Formula 3 is going to be doing a test day there at the end of August. And an extra feature race as well, for some reason. Formula 3 is just inviting carnage to Madrid.
Yeah, basically. Are there any Spanish drivers in... I'm sure there are Spanish drivers in F3.
Yeah, there's got to be. I'll have a look.
I can think of Mari Boya, but he's in F2. So...
Yeah.
And Pepe... Not Pepe. What's his name?
Marti.
Pepe Marti. Yeah. I mean, assuming Leclerc finished that lap and made it around without having to drive on gravel, it looks like the asphalt's down. So that's a good start.
You have Bruno Del Pino from Spain.
Wow. He sounds like a motorsport manager name.
Yeah, he's definitely an NPC.
And yeah, so it looks... And what, we got 7 weeks to go until Madrid?
10. 9 actually might be.
9 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, it probably will happen then. So
To his credit,
one of
Bruno Del Pino won the first race of the year, and he's 5th currently in the standings.
No, fair play. We'll get him on the podcast.
Yeah?
If you're listening, Bruno.
Bruno, if you're listening.
Yeah. It probably will happen.
We get Bruno Del Pino on the podcast?
No, I think Madrid will happen, the race. Yeah, we'll see. The banking, I'm sure the younger drivers won't complain, but that maybe is just... I mean, Hamilton's quote has probably been taken out of context as well. I'm sure he was half joking. But yeah, it can't be more brutal than Singapore, surely. Like, as a whole entity.
Yeah, but you've got to remember, lateral G-force like this does weird things to the human body in an incredibly quick manner. Like, I'm sure you've never heard of the Texas debacle back in, I think it was kart, back in the early 2000s. No. Where they basically, they went to Texas Motor Speedway, which is a 1.5 mile oval, but they were lapping at like 235 miles an hour. So you would go around in like 18 seconds. And a few of the drivers were basically going, you sustained so much G, and you can't recover from it quick enough by the time you're into the next corner, that some of them are like, you've come back from like a 10-lap session and you don't remember it, because it just puts so much force on your brain. And the thing is, again, with G-force like that, because it's in 2 angles at the same time, obviously it's down and to the side, the human brain can deal with one okay. The human body can handle one quite well. It's when you combine 2 or more together, that's when things go bad quickly.
Mad. Didn't know that. But I like to think that the Formula 1 drivers of 2026 probably slightly fitter and stronger on the neck than kart drivers in
than kart drivers
2000.
that were doing 230 miles an hour around tracks. I think they were pretty well maintained, sir.
Possibly. We'll see. But they're not going to change it, are they? What can they do? Add a chicane at the last minute, like in the 05.
I mean, you could always try and force recharging. I'm sure we'll get to that point this season
sure
where they enable recharging zones.
Why don't they just add a little zone where you can get a boost, like in Formula E? Just go the whole hog.
Yeah. They go like around the top of the banking. You can then get more speed on the exit. That'd be quite cool, actually. I like the idea. Wow. I mean, Madrid would make a great Formula E circuit.
Yeah. Why don't we take FE there then? And just
they probably will in Catalonia. Few years.
Well, the Catalonia is pretty dead as well. They might just spin off Spain entirely.
Well, you say that, Jamie. That segues us nicely into our next point. We're not getting an end to this season, are we? Where people think we're meant to be. We are not getting a Qatar or an Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, but it's going to be a season finale in Las Vegas, which is wild.
Yeah, maybe twice.
No, won't happen. There's not a chance they shut down the strip for 2 weekends.
But you know, Vegas, the city, obviously, they're basically run by capitalism. That weekend, as in the one before Thanksgiving in Vegas, was the weekend in Vegas that made the least money for the economy all year round.
Yeah,
that's why they stuck F1 there.
Formula One is a net drag on the Las Vegas economy.
It's now the most profitable weekend for the city.
Yeah, but it's also probably the biggest event.
Yeah, but like it's gone really well. That's why they love it so much, because it brings in so much money and people. So, yeah, I think why not stick another race there? They would love it.
Because trying to shut down the strip 2 weekends in a row would be a disaster. Like, the locals hate it.
Yeah, but the locals, the city wants money, don't they? It's like Krusty the Krab. Is that his name?
Krusty the Krab? Did you just get what's his face from SpongeBob and Krusty the Clown muddled up?
Possibly. What's the one in SpongeBob called? Mr. Krabs.
Mr. Krabs. How I had to think about it then. Krusty the Krab.
Krusty the Krab.
That's got to be immediately up there with Nico Rosberg shaving his eyebrows off.
Maybe. Krusty the Krab. Yeah. But anyway, Las Vegas, as we know, they like money. So they will do anything in the pursuit of more cash. So yeah, I think Bahrain, they've basically said it isn't going to happen at all.
Well, it was apparently going to be announced this weekend to slot in between Baku and Singapore. Yeah. But obviously that's not happening. And
then now we're back at war in the Strait of Hormuz. So
we're not.
Who knows? We're not.
We've done a pretty good job to stay out of it. Yeah. You say that it's basically the US.
The US are now back at war with Iran, yes. So doesn't look like Bahrain was going to happen anyway. I would now be surprised if Saudi Arabia happens. Well, Saudi Arabia, obviously, they were talking about potentially putting that right to the end of the season, weren't they? Yeah.
And moving Qatar and Abu Dhabi back a week.
Yeah. They're now talking about a Baku or a Singapore repeat, which why on earth they would do Singapore twice baffles me. Because then you basically have, obviously it's a sprint race as well for some stupid reason. So you'd have Singapore Sprint, Singapore GP, then a week later Singapore GP again, which
I still
which
think
seems
they
a bit
missed a trick
ludicrous.
with the Singapore Sprint. I think they should cut out the little top bit of the circuit.
Yeah,
and do the
make it
sprint
really
on
short.
the other layout. Yeah.
That would be cool, actually, if they started mixing up layouts. I don't think the teams would sign up for that, because at the moment it works as a practice session as well. And if, obviously, you start changing configurations, it no longer works as a practice session. So,
Just something the teams have got to deal with, I'm afraid.
I don't think they would. And obviously, every decision F1's got to be unanimous. So, there you go. We live in a democracy, unlike the FIFA World Cup at the moment. But
You mean the FIFA World Cup at the moment? You mean the FIFA World Cup ever?
Ever. Yeah, true. Yeah. We'll see. The calendar, usually, I was chatting to my mate Alex at the weekend, actually. Usually, they've already announced 2027's calendar by now, as in the following year's calendar.
Yeah.
They haven't, because they're still trying to work out this year's one. So, we'll see. We will see.
I mean, apparently they can't. I mean, where on earth would... I should say this, MotoGP... When is the Las Vegas Grand Prix, Jamie? What's the dates?
The weekend before Thanksgiving. Do you not know what that is? I don't know what that is, actually. But
Yeah.
it will be like the 21st of something, of November, or something like that.
So, MotoGP holds a race in Portugal that weekend, and then a race in Valencia the weekend after. You could, in theory, go to the south of Europe. I mean, dare I say, Jamie, this might be the worst idea ever.
Double header with MotoGP.
Well, that actually wasn't what I was going to say. I was actually going to say, could we host like a November Paul Ricard race or something like that?
I mean, the south of France, I've been there in December. Just drop that one in. It's actually quite warm, so it wouldn't be that bad. You know when they hosted Nürburgring in October one year in 2020?
Yeah.
It would definitely be warmer than that in Paul Ricard.
There you go. See,
but then that was about 8 degrees. So.
Yeah, maybe we have got an opportunity there. That would be. I mean, this is the thing is they're saying apparently logistically you can't then run a race in Europe again at the end of the year, and you're kind of going, well, all the teams are just coming home anyway. Why not?
You could go to Turkey.
I feel like Turkey would be cold at that time of year.
Really, it's way more south than the south of France is. I know that.
Yeah, but it's also
climate isn't that simple, but
yeah. Turkey, December weather. Let's do that.
Turkey
December
weather.
weather.
To the shops, won't it?
Daytime highs around 10 to 12 degrees and night dropping between 5 and 7.
Fair
Mediterranean coast, particularly Antalya, remains the mildest area.
Antalya. There you go.
Antalya, yeah.
Interesting. Well, good job we're not in charge of the calendar then.
No, we make a great calendar.
We would.
I'd fix Formula 1.
We would not be visiting half the tracks that are on the calendar at the moment.
No, we would not.
But, yeah.
Actually, why don't we spoke earlier on about how Belgium doesn't deliver a good race now. Why don't we run that in early December?
Yeah, that'd be great. It genuinely should go back to after the summer break, because you just get more volatile weather, which is always fun.
I mean, I went for the 24 hours a couple of years ago, and that was in early July, and the weather then was still insane.
Well, when we were there,
it went from 30 degrees sunshine to a thunderstorm to rain for like 4 hours, back to like 18 degrees.
When we were there in 2018, the qualifying session was crazy for the weather, wasn't it? Do you remember?
It certainly was. And
Perez,
Perez had that huge moment.
That massive moment up Eau Rouge. And actually, that's Radion, but you know.
But he had the moment for Eau Rouge, to his credit. He then just saved it going up through Radion. You've put on our list of notes, Jamie. First of all, Max to McLaren. I don't think that's happening.
I don't think it's happening. I think Team Verstappen are the toys are out the pram at this point.
Yep.
And he wants anyone but Red Bull, and no one else will have him. So they're like, well, let's just make it.
Well, none of the other top teams will have him.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So he has the right to leave because he's mathematically going to be outside the top 2 in the championship.
Apparently that doesn't activate until October, though.
No, I know. So that's what I was going to say. He can leave, but he can't actually activate the release clause until October. So by then, Red Bull might have fixed themselves, but probably not. So we can live in hope.
I guess the weird thing as well with this is, at the moment, especially with how Red Bull did at the Red Bull Ring, which I know is generally a pretty good track for them anyway, unless you want to go to Mercedes, you can't even guarantee that Ferrari and McLaren are probably going to have a better car than you next year. It seems like a step sideways more than anything else.
Yeah, I guess you're looking for that long term. Have they got potential to grow? But I would say Red Bull probably have as much potential to grow as the others. So they just need to fix his rear wing. I think he'd be a lot happier if his car stopped throwing him into the wall. So
deactivate the straight line mode quicker.
Yeah, possibly. They're having safety chats about the Macarena rear wings anyway, because why wouldn't Verstappen's complaining result in Ferrari getting penalised?
Well, Ferrari apparently are bringing a more aggressive Macarena rear wing this weekend.
Interesting.
So that'll be good.
We'll see how that works. Maybe Lewis Hamilton can just control his car better.
There you go. That's going to be Lewis taking off up through a Rouge Radial when they enable straight line mode through there.
Exactly. So yeah, Mark Webber has binned off all of these rumours, and apparently Piastri is staying at McLaren. Although he's had a pretty poor season, other than Japan, it's really not been great for Oscar Piastri.
Yeah, we kind of hyped him up early on, didn't we? And then it kind of seems like Lando's got a grip of the car. I mean, he's not far behind Lando in the standings. It's in the start of the year.
Yeah, but the start of the year was his fault. Certainly in Melbourne it was anyway.
Yeah, and he's only 15 points back.
But you can basically guarantee that the fourth row is going to be Piastri, Hadjar every week at this point. So
I saw a fascinating stat now that apparently, based on average qualifying position this year, every team with the exception of Alpine is basically Noah's Ark. So it's basically the Mercs, the Ferraris, the McLarens, the Red Bulls, Gasly, then the V-Carbs, then Colapinto. And then
Did you know why that is?
The Audi's the Haas. Why?
Because the regulations have made it so the lap time depends on the car rather than the driver.
Exactly.
Because it's all about your battery management. Which is all done by the engineers. So I'll get off my soapbox and say, what is it Sebastian Vettel said? Bring back
the V12s.
V12s, yeah. So there we go. Because right now, drivers are hamstrung by whatever they're driving. I know that's always been somewhat the case in F1, but this is even more so.
Apart from Franco Colapinto.
Well, he's even picking it up recently, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. We literally said this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? Colapinto's actually started this year in quite a good manner.
He's driving an Alpine, not a Manor. So yeah, that's my rant over. People enjoyed your rant last week, Matt, so maybe we should do them more often.
Yeah, we should. We definitely need to do more rants. I like them. They make for good
even
clips.
Even though yours was wrong.
It wasn't. Don't get me started again, sir.
Yes.
Football's
and then the only
on.
other thing that's going on is England are winning the World Cup. So
are we?
This will be,
or are we going out before this
podcast
podcast goes live?
When's this podcast going out? Tomorrow.
I was going to do it tomorrow.
Okay, well, England might be out, or we might be in the final. So I'm going to predict that we're in the final, and it's been.
What's your? We'll get our scoreline prediction in now, so then we can look
instead of F1 predictions, we're doing football predictions this time.
Oh no! Should we say 2 points for closest prediction?
Great. I need what help I can get, but you'll still win this. I will say England 2, Argentina 1.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna say
Harry Kane.
Oh.
And I reckon we might get a rogue goal scorer, like a little John Stones on the header. There you go.
Okay. I'm gonna say.
Are you watching tonight?
Yeah, I will do. I watched the second half of France v Spain last night.
That's boring, wasn't it?
It was. Well, I wanted to see Spain win, to be honest. So I
yeah, same. I think we've got more of a chance against Spain.
Yeah, so do I.
I'm
gonna say 2-0 England.
Oh, that would be lovely.
Bellingham to score both again.
Oh, what a man, Jude Bellingham. We should get him on the podcast.
I'm sure Jude Bellingham will come on the podcast as well.
He's not that busy at the moment, is he?
Was that sorry?
He's not that busy at the moment.
No, I'm sure he'll be calm after next week. Jamie, what are the scores on the doors?
Oh dearie me. 37 to yourself.
Thank you.
25 to me, so I'm 12 points back.
What?
Which
I
is
need to find out what the most we've ever scored in a year.
I think I got 8, but in a sprint.
No, in a season.
Oh, in a season.
We've had a couple of perfect scores now.
Yeah, I I don't want to look that up, so you can do that if you like.
I'll gather up the data at some point.
So I get to go first for the Belgian Grand Prix. There's no sprint.
There is no sprint this year?
This year, that would be ideal.
Belgium, you know what I mean.
I am going to say Andrea Antonelli on pole.
Who's that, sorry?
Andrea Antonelli.
There you go.
It's his cousin, Andrea. I will say Kimi to win. George Russell second, because as we say, F1's all about the cars now.
Yeah.
And Charles Leclerc in third.
Okay. I like that. Russell, Antonelli, and Lewis third.
I could have written those before you even said them.
Probably.
So, well done for being boring.
Thank you. Hang on a minute, you said Antonelli. Just as boring.
Indeed.
Just as boring.
But there we go. Not a lot to talk about.
Have you got anything else to add?
I don't think so.
No?
By
We've
the time
stretched
we
this out to half an
next,
hour.
It could be party time in England.
Yeah. It might well
That'd
be.
Ideal.
Yeah, you're going to come onto the podcast on, I assume we're doing, Monday morning?
Yeah, Monday morning.
And you're still going to be hungover?
Straight off the night out, yeah.
Wait, is it Saturday or Sunday night?
It's Sunday night.
Oh, okay. Fair enough, yeah, you might actually
I will be sleeping like a normal human being on Sunday night.
He says that now?
Calm down.
Not when Manchester devolves into riots, I assume.
No, yeah. I'll have to keep the windows shut.
Can you open the windows properly on a 6-story building?
Yeah, not properly, but they open.
Okay. Oh, fair enough. I mean, that has been... I mean, we say this a lot, don't we, Jamie? That's been up there as one of our rambliest episodes in quite a while. I'm sure now, suddenly, between us recording this podcast and whenever it goes live, there will be some huge announcement that Ocon's been sacked, Hamilton's been given 2021, and a few other bits and pieces. Actually, I did read a fun thing a couple of days ago about how Max should have lost the title because he cut the top of Eau Rouge and Raidillon on his qualifying run at Belgium in 21. And therefore should have had his lap invalidated because that was written into the rules that weekend.
I feel like people need to get over 2021, to be honest.
It was just an interesting one. The guy claimed he was a neutral. I wasn't entirely convinced, but still. No. Thank you all, though, as always, so much for listening. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, drop a follow, all that good stuff. Monday morning, Jamie?
Yep.
Can't believe it. And it'll be England 2-time World Cup champions. Wild.